I was thinking about how my astrologer did a natal chart synthesis for me, and the way he expounded upon my third house cusp being in Aquarius with Uranus in my second house sitting on the cusp of it, and my Jupiter in Aquarius in the third house. What he told me was that I love collecting information, data about everything, and I want to organize it into a system so that I can expand my ego through the search of that knowledge, bringing down new knowledge and knowing. Because the Leo sits on the cusp of the ninth for me, the Aries is on the cusp of the fifth. I am always creating these glimpses through which my Sagittarius rising can see myself. So using the Gemini in the seventh, my relation to the other is by, wanting them to meet me and assess me for the quality that I know that I possess, because that's how my Gene Key 12 code of secrets brings to light the Gene Key 11 opposition, so that, heaven over earth and earth over heaven, the hermetics of our union and our separation as twins, as lovers, as companions, as everything that Libra suggests. What fed into that for a Sagittarius rising would be the Leo ninth Aquarius third house axis, which basically tells the story of how the Sagittarius rising, in my case with Jupiter in the third, would explore the space necessary to calibrate my ego in relation to the knowledge of what sits in my second house, which is that Neptune in Capricorn and Uranus in Aquarius. So bringing that together with the fact that the Aquarian archetype sits in my third house, and I am a Gemini sun in the tropical, and I have a trine with my Jupiter in Aquarius to my sun in Mercury in Gemini, and that trines my Jupiter in Aquarius, and by sign my Uranus in Aquarius also. But because I have Uranus at 8 degrees, it's not an exact trine. My Mercury is at 18 degrees, and it's conjunct the Urania asteroid as well. And looking at it on a stellarium app, it's very close to the Rohini Aldebaran bullseye, like just on top there, closer to the horn of the Taurus bull. So me having this target set on a bullseye, even when I knew I didn't know what it would become, it's like I already could see the final destination of samadhi and inner peace and everything coming together and all opposites informing each other in harmonious relationship, so that all thoughts can be fixed in relationship to how they are expressed in the economic hierarchical system of, words, ethics, meanings, and philosophies that externalize our sense of morality and truth and justice. That Virgo, Libra with the scales and the scorpion, all of that kind of connecting into one symbol on the one threshold of the galactic center, and the Sag, beast integration, Serpentarius, Ophiuchus, Scorpio into the Phoenix transformation, Jeshta, Mula, Gandanta point of the galactic center, and how Aquarius needs to bring forth from that, out of the heart space, the knowledge of the void, the water of life, the water of light of the sun of Leo. Leo is actually often, like I saw in Hebrew Kabbalah, that Leo is a summer sign in the water element, whereas Aries, Taurus, and Gemini are fire signs in the fire element. And then, they obviously break down into their specificity by saying the Aries is cardinal fire in a fire season, and it's a yang, so it's right, and right is also like associated with fire, so right is ancient of meridian and so on. And the left and the lunar is opposite to the radial of the sun, and the vertical plane versus the horizontal plane, and the vortex mathematics, the entropy, centripetal, centrifugal, toroidal nature of it all. Looking at the galactic center and anti-center as this big brain that's going through the same way of like germinating galaxies of thoughts, the way your neural networks are these galaxies of thoughts. And it's just about like kind of like time traveling through wormholes and being there. You know what I mean? So hermetically, for an Aquarius third house, it really comes together. And me having the moon in Scorpio, which would belong to the fourth house as a domicile placement in Cancer, naturally, we see that the way that the security being formed with all these dualities and anti-atromies for the Aquarian intellect, seeing in the mirror of Pisces how everything mutates all the time, right? And trying to have a fixed thought vantage point for the intellectual observer that is trying to derive, in its exoteric depiction onto the cipher, it would try to derive out of the heart of the duality of Gemini, the ninth house balance of this Akashic library that it can just outpour by putting its Leo light, which we know the relation of the sun and light and water and Leo and Cancer, and that gate of man and the Milky Way and all of that celestial river Ganga mythologies that we get, even the Nile and so on, and the Sphinx, all of that heading up to that summer solstice point in a progressed or precession of the equinox point, where the eye would sit in Gemini in the ninth house for the Aquarius, whereas the Aquarius would have Aries in the 12th, and no, the Aquarius would have Pisces in, let me think, Pisces in the 12th and Aries in the 11th. So that's the flip. So having the Aquarius as I am in its 11th house esoterically, and having the Aquarius as I am in its third house exoterically,